We will never give up. We will never concede.
On this 5-year anniversary of January 6th, so much has changed. Not about the facts of that day, when thousands of Trump supporters descended on the U.S. Capitol to protest an election they believe was stolen. While the facts of that day have not changed, so much of what we now know about those facts has. Back in 2021, the establishment media and politicians in Washington insisted that Donald Trump was finished, impeached, investigated, indicted, and headed for irrelevance. They were wrong. 5 years later, he's back in the White House. And January 6th, once framed as an attack on democracy, one of the most overused and ridiculous phrases in modern political history, has been thrown onto the trash heap. The images are burned into the country's memory. Trump supporters breaching the Capitol as Congress certified the 2020 election. At the time, it was described as an insurrection. The largest criminal investigation and biggest political witch hunt in American history followed. Thousands were hunted down and arrested. Hundreds were imprisoned. Going after J6 protesters became the single largest focus of the FBI for years. And today, that grand effort for justice, so-called justice, is unraveling. More than 1,000 January 6 defendants have been pardoned. Their sentences were wiped out, their cases erased. President Trump said that was justice for those who, like him, were wrongfully and politically persecuted. But there is a deeper reality beneath the outrage, because in the last 5 years, so many truths about J6 have come out. In the past year, with the new administration in power, we're already seeing results. Trump recently suggested a criminal probe of former FBI Director Christopher Wray, after Wray denied and hid the fact that the FBI's undercover involvement was real on January 6th. This after reports now prove that nearly 300 undercover FBI agents were in the crowd that day. Meanwhile, nearly 5 years after pipe bombs were planted near the RNC and DNC headquarters, a suspect has now confessed to federal prosecutors, saying he planted the bombs out of frustration with both political parties after the 2020 election. And by the way, much more needs to come out about that, because that is very suspicious in and of itself. So we've got more answers in 1 year than we got in 4. And still, the political establishment wants to tell you that the administration finding these answers is the problem. Listen.
Donald Trump and far-right extremists in Congress have repeatedly attempted to rewrite history and whitewash the horrific events of January 6th. We will not let that happen.
So 5 years later, J6 is no longer a verdict. It is, though, a perfect example of the deep state in action, where everyday people are pursued and the justice system is radically abused. But the truth, until those who intentionally lied and tried to destroy the lives of so many face justice themselves, this chapter of U.S. history cannot be closed.